Hello, everyone. My name is Jaden Watson. I go to Delaware State University, and I am currently a rising sophomore in aviation management, also pursuing private pilot. So, the question that we have today is, what are some of my core values and principles, and how can they not only help me in my community but also my career goals? So, I'm just gonna start off with saying that my core responsibilities or my core principles are respect, consistency, service, and growth mindset. And I'm just going to go through each and every one of them and just give a little bit of a reason why. Um, so let's first start off with respect. Treating everyone with respect is one of the most important things that I feel like is lacking in this community, especially with everything that's going around in the world right now. I feel like we need a lot more respect and a lot more empathy, especially because we need to be able to treat people fairly, regardless of their background, their race, their position, what power they might have hold. Everyone should be able to deserve respect and the bare minimum feel at least safe in their schoolwork and in their in their everyday work. Respect is one thing that I feel like doesn't have to be uh, necessarily given. It should be it should just be a thing. Everyone should always just be respectful no matter what the position or the person is. Not because a person has power, just because should give them the right to disrespect, or give them the right to be respected. You have to earn that. Another thing that I feel like is a good principle is consistency. To be consistent is to be reliable, and that's one thing that, as a resident assistant in Jenkins in a freshman dorm, that I feel like I embody. My residents call on me for everything. They literally just now knocked on my door like, "Hey, you got milk?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I got everything." Because at some day you're gonna need them, or you might not need them, but what you put out is how you make people feel. And I feel like being a reliable person helps people be more personable to other people. It always says, we always say it only takes one person, but it's really what that one person does. Another thing that I really feel like is a good principle is growth mindset. Being able to be open and to understand feedback, because everyone now takes feedback and criticism negatively, which you shouldn't. If somebody's telling you something, 9 times out of 10, I genuinely feel like they're telling you it because of the fact that they see something that you haven't seen yet and they want you to be better at it. And taking growth into accountability and taking that feedback and being willing to improve on yourself is a really big and mature thing that you need to learn how to do. I feel like going through my second year of college now is something that I've had to learn a lot. Is not everyone is out to get you, someone is trying to help you. And their help could just be tough love in different types of ways, if you catch my drift. Also, being able to view mistakes and learning opportunities, and rather than calling them failures, you call them for what they are: opportunities. Not everyone lives the exact same life, not everyone's going to have the exact same opportunities, but your mistakes, your misfortune could lead to your success. Finally, with service, I feel like with service is really just is what you do for people. You can really start something small and make it into a really positive and how would I say, a really positive and key thing. I feel like positive changes start with like meeting real needs in real time in your community. Like, for instance, we're creating a Jenkins week next week where we're going to give back to the residents emotionally. We're gonna sit there, we're gonna do homework with them, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna play football, we're gonna do different things that spark their interest with our services. What can we do as RAs to make them feel more comfortable in this building, in this environment? um how I would implement these in my education: just staying disciplined with my course, with like work and stuff. um Also, time management. You have time management is one thing that you can bounce back on when it comes to feedback. Everybody is late at some time, but you need to make sure that your time is managed properly so that you can grow. Not everything is gonna be able to be late. So you need to make sure that you set time aside so that you know when things need to be early. um how can I apply them other ways? I feel like with just communicating clearly, just being, respectful, open, and especially during conflict. Conflict is one thing that people tend to shy themselves away from because they don't properly know how to handle it. And if you can just communicate and just be respectful, as we say it again, then all communication can be won't have to be negative. It could be a feedback, it could be a miscommunication, it could be just a regular conversation. But always thinking that a conflict has to be negative is the worst way how to start off a conflict. Um, Thank you for your time. I truly hope that I understood the question, and answered it to the best of my ability. Thank you for having me as a candidate, and thank you for your time.